So most of us are familiar with voting in a primary. You go to your polling place, you enter a voting booth or some approximation of a voting booth, and you pick your preferred candidates. Then you leave. Done and done. Caucuses are way more labor intensive for voters. The best way to understand the difference between a primary and a caucus, you ask? A primary is a vote. A caucus is a conversation and a vote. That's Iowa Republican Party Chairman Jeff Kaufman summarizing things nicely. So let's go through how it works for Democrats. Across Iowa on caucus night, people will gather in schools and churches and community centers and the like. In some Democratic caucuses, particularly in strongly Democratic areas that are allotted more delegates, a presidential candidate or one of his or her surrogates will address the gathering before the caucusing actually begins.
This race is in your hands.
And then the caucusing begins. People literally vote with their feet, lining up in groups around the room according to the candidate they support. The groups are then counted, with only candidates who have support from 15% or more of the caucus goers in the room being considered viable. That's really important. And here's where it gets really interesting. If your first choice candidate doesn't meet that 15% viability test, you are then asked to consider caucusing with a candidate who does, which leads to all sorts of cajoling, haranguing, persuading of these newly undecided voters by people already supporting one of the viable candidates.
A lot of you are probably undecided at this point.
I support Marco Rubio.
Anybody but Hillary.
Now, once the groups settle, the numbers are counted again and delegates for each candidate are assigned. For a variety of ties and other weird scenarios that do happen, a coin flip, yes, really a coin flip, is used to decide which candidate gets a delegate. Caucuses are like unicorns, unique, cool, and sort of weird all at the same time. But if history is any guide, the winner of this Iowa caucus will have a major leg up on winding up as the Democratic nominee against President Donald Trump in November.